Good day to you. Here we're going to talk about number 75 from the AP Calculus AB summer assignment. Now in this case, we have y equals 3 times tangent x over 2 and must show at least 2 complete periods. Start with the parent function. It's always a good idea. So y equals tan x. Now, when you generate a trig graph, always a good idea to think about unit circle. Now remember, tangent as an identity, which I'll do off to the side here, is sine x. So tangent x is sine x over cosine x. And on unit circle, the x coordinates represent cosine, the y coordinates represent sine. So to identify tangent values for any angle, we look at the ratio of y to x. So one thing you'll notice with tangent is that pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2, or if you want to go backwards, negative pi over 2, negative 3 pi over 2, tangent is undefined, which is represented by vertical asymptotes. And really, truly what's happening is that it represents infinite discontinuity. So as our angle gets close to pi over 2, from the left side, we notice that tangent will head towards infinity. And if our angle gets close to negative pi over 2 from the right side, tangent will get closer to negative infinity. So that's why our graph is going to look kind of like this. At 0, 0 radians, we have 0. And also at pi over 4, so again, our asymptotes at pi over 2, negative pi over 2. At pi over 4, we're going to get 1. That's because the coordinates at pi over 2 on the unit circle is root 2 over 2, comma root 2 over 2. Also, just think about 45, 45, 90 right triangle. That's how we're able to establish that tangent of pi over 4, tangent of 45 degrees is just 1. But if you're at negative pi over 4, that's at negative 1. Now let's apply the changes. Y equals 3 times tangent x over 2. This represents a vertical stretch by a factor of 3. And of course, this is a horizontal stretch. Remember, it's a bit counterintuitive with horizontal changes. Horizontal stretch by a factor of 2. Now, the asymptotes will no longer be at negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to multiply our x values by 2. So in this case, our asymptotes will be at negative pi and pi. And our graph will get stretched. By a factor of 3. So here we got pi over 2, negative pi over 2, negative 3, 3, and that's our graph would look. So very important that you do the stretching and that you do the period change. because the period for y equals tangent x is pi, going from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2 for one cycle. Now we were asked to do 2 cycles, So I'll just simply graph another cycle to the right. So I'll put another asymptote at 3 pi. And let's see here. This is at 5 pi over 2. And that's going to be at 3 pi over 2. And again, we stretched by a factor of 3. So the graph looks like that. So there we have the graph for y equals 3 times tangent of x over 2.